So, my gut feeling, I was right all along, that Earth is hell. I don't hear anyone saying that. More official YouTuber, but he's off about Jesus. Yeah, the Old Testament is twisted and messed up, but there's a few stories, I guess, about Isaiah. There's a few truths in the Old Testament. I really don't care. I never liked the Old Testament, so, and I'm not a reader. Who cares? All I know is there's a King David, and he had Solomon, who asked to be the wisest man, and apparently, Ecclesiastes is pretty wisely written. It's a short book. Not anyone could have written the book. It was just a wise man that written the book. And he probably wasn't the wisest man. Who knows, History's forgotten about. 100 years a person dies. Like, if the earth would last for another century, which it won't even last for 5 years. But if it could last for an entire century, they wouldn't know who Morgue Official YouTuber was, and they wouldn't know who Patrick Teehan, professional counselor, is, and they wouldn't know who Crappy Childhood Fairy is, and they wouldn't know who Lisa Rosenberg's a guy. Lisa Romano's the other girl. I haven't listened to the ladies. I haven't. But people are not remembered over 100 years. JFK is not going to be remembered. Martin Luther King's not going to be remembered. Jesus. Nobody cares about Jesus. But he was, remembered. He actually died on a cross. He actually didn't do anything wrong. Now, nobody knows if he got married to Mary Magdalene. Nobody knows, Earth is hell. So women are forced to be prostitutes and men just go hog wild. Like, why is it always, a man, just Earth was hell, so why was Solomon allowed to have 300 wives and 700 concubines? Why was he allowed that? Well, that's the way it was back then. They accept that. No. Earth's hell, no. Kings and queens, wrong. With the peasant slaves, no. You are born a slave. No. You should not have to answer to anyone. That's what's wrong with this world. Honor thy mother and father, the first commandment. Well, that was written in the Old Testament. And late George Carlin did a great comedian skit. It's genius because it's reality. Just be honest. Chosen ones are honest. There's lots of chosen ones on YouTube. They are a different breed because they are honest. They do the work. Like Mel Robbins is a lady who's an inspirational worker who does the work, who tells people to lift themselves up. Give yourself a high five in the morning. Don't do it, and I still always use Satan's word, but don't do it the worst way. And Satan is Satan. Yeah, somebody wrote in morgue official comments, that the Illuminati, they're not allowed to say Jesus. Okay. There you go. Demons flee when Jesus is, and I personally met a demon in the dining room because there was a medium in there, and right away I had to praise Jesus. Guess what? I mean, I'm praising Jesus for his blood to make me sane, to get that demon the hell away, and that's what happened. He couldn't stand me praising Jesus, and he left. He lied, and he says, I don't know your Jesus. You can sing sing your Jesus all you want. It won't affect me. That's a lie. Demons leave. Demons bow down to Jesus. They disappear. They will disappear. So Mel Robbins, the lady with the black glasses and blonde hair, she, the inspirational speaker, Mel Robbins. Now, with, maybe Tony Robbins. Okay. They are a different breed of a high-quality person. They do not steal, kill, and destroy. They do not lie. Okay, so you got the majority of the human race that do not work on themselves, and they lie, like pretend-a-lot narcissists. So there's 1 million pretend-a-lot narcissists in this world. That's, and then there's, the abuse of death victims, and they're stuck in that mode. And they just are underneath generational curses to obey insane abusers. And, I see it all the time. My so-called friend, she's just an acquaintance. She's never going to pay me back. But she's under the influence of a person that has a lot of demons. Wasn't allowed to give her gender. Keep my stories more basic. I can't tell. I'm just supposed to say individual, not a gender. Okay. So, yeah, there are high quality people like my late Susan Chappelle. Now, I would just think that they'd make it to heaven anyway. They just, they're a high quality person. I mean, Jesus is a high quality person. So there's not that many in the world. And the Bible's all twisted, yes. Yeah. But Jesus was real. And Jesus wouldn't want to be worshipped like no chosen would want to be worshipped. Only Satan wants to be worshipped. They want to be worshipped. They want to have total control. And you are their slave. Jesus didn't want to be worshipped. What happened to him? He died on the cross. It doesn't make any sense. Clint Eastwood is being really, worshipped. I mean, sure, he was a great actor. Of course, but you don't have to worship him. He's not a legacy. He won't be remembered in the next 100 years on hell earth. My whole family's underneath a generational curse. Along with, my acquaintance. She's underneath a generational curse, and she's best friends with an asshole. But, the generational curse makes her best friends with the asshole. And, she seems to be okay, but not if she backstabs. And that's a generational curse. So she has, she's blind. But that's not my fault. She didn't work on herself. I don't care. I don't care about my friend in the trailer park. She didn't work on herself. She's underneath a generational curse. And she bows down to an asshole. So check it out. Victims who were victimized in their childhood, they're still a victim when they're an adult. And an old adult at that, in their 60s. There's a trailer park woman and the other gal. They're bound down to assholes. And it's just one asshole, but that's all you need in your life to fuck everything up. Like, can't they get straight yet? Can't they just be by themselves? No. They're insecure. They don't love themselves. They're not working on themselves. Maybe they just disappear. And I have too many demons controlling them. But maybe Mel Gibson, who's a lady, has a black glasses and the blonde hair. Maybe that inspirational worker, she's she's brainwashed to think that everybody can do what she does. No, maybe she's a chosen one that doesn't realize that she's a real Jesus person. And just a high quality person. Like, be good to yourself. High-five yourself in the morning. Take time out for yourself. Work on yourself. Be honest with yourself. The angry, ugly people just didn't work on themselves. That's what she thinks. They will never work on themselves. They are the lowest of the low. And they will always steal, kill, and destroy and target a victim. They're just have a legion of demons in them. And pretend a lot narcissist. Go out. I don't have to use it. I'm just using that as a general category for horrifying humans. They target a victim and they steal their life by emotionally breaking them down, kill their lives by erasing them, by condemning them and belittling them to death, to destroy them, destroy who they are, make them want to die. Why am I the only one who was a victim, traumatized to death, and I'm the only one who says that all the abusers in my life made me want to die? Why can't my acquaintance friend say that the asshole in her life made her want to die? Why can't my trailer park friend say that her asshole friend made her want to die? In fact, she has a roommate. Couldn't stand her because of who she is, that she just doesn't care. And she bullies. She's a negative bully, a meanie. They'll be nice, but then that niceness turns into control and screaming and abuse and condemnation and belittling. Maybe both of those people aren't real. Not my problem. There is no forgiveness for the rudest, insanest pieces of shit on the planet. No forgiveness. Well, that's what the Bible teaches. Yeah, that's what the Vatican put in the Bible. But the insane abusers calls me to sin, calls me to be angry, calls me to be paranoid, beyond worried They traumatized me to death. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid from being traumatized to death. It's not my fault, it's their fault. I mean, sad that's still there. It's sad. I shouldn't be paranoid anymore, being, not really attacked. I wasn't for a year and a half. What the hell's the matter with me? I shouldn't be paranoid at all. But for 52 years, I was attacked to death. And maybe, it takes a little longer than, a year and a half to get over that attacking. God, you're fucking put down and condemned, and traumatized to death like poor little Patrick Teehan, professional counselor YouTuber and crappy childhood YouTube user, professional counselor. And there's Lisa Romano. I'm getting this mixed up with the names. Lisa. And then there's another lady. Her name's Romano. Okay, I just have to look up these YouTubers. Okay. But, Earth is hell. So that's one thing that more official YouTuber got right, and the Old Testament is shit, except that I guess there's a few good verses. Who cares? I never look at the Old Testament. That doesn't mean anything to me. It's the New Testament, like one thing remaining true in the New Testament. Jesus' blood made me sane. Because all the other inbreds are exactly right. Maybe in the Old Testament, killing the first Egyptian sons, there was something real about that. Because maybe when you're born the first... Where did I hear that at? But, okay, look at the Egyptian. Do they look like the predators in the Predator movie? Just saying. They're aliens. I never liked the Egyptians. The Egyptians are fucked. They're assholes. They just had slaves build their fucking E.T. home, little pyramids. It was disguised as a tomb, but in reality, it was their little E.T. It was their huge fucking E.T. fucking phones. That's what the fucking Egyptians were building. Yeah, fuck these little fucking these little humans that are fucking nothings. Where there are slaves. And they're gonna just work in the hot sun until they die, and they're gonna build us our fucking portal to our communication. Whatever, and there's a bunch of other aliens too. And they're all found in Antarctica. Oh, there's another, oh my god, there's a ship that was found recently in Antarctica. And there's a bunch of, different, oddly shaped humanoids in Antarctica. Earth is hell. Yeah. Look, Earth is hell because look what happened to poor Michael Rockefeller 62 years ago, 1961. Oh, he just wanted to go peaceably get a crazy fucking demonized fucking pole that was humans carved on top of each other. Why he would want that, I don't know, because his empty, lost, rich family didn't mean anything to him, so he was lost, and he goes, and he's fascinated with the lost fucking cannibals. Well, that was a really dumb thing to do. God, he couldn't get into arts or music. He was hated that much in his family, or that maybe he was a black sheep of the family. Well, no, he wasn't. They went on an all search out for no. Black sheep of the family, they would not do what they did for Michael Rockefeller. They went on an all total search for him. I mean, they're fucking billionaires, and like they have that capability of doing that. Even back in 1961, they filmed on their old cameras everything. This is where, where are the remains? Take a whole bunch of film. They didn't go over it that well, so somebody else did it. Over 40 years later. Yeah, that guy looks like it. That could be him in the film. Okay, then someone actually went over there. Gained their trust. Lived with them. Alright, we're going to tell you the truth, but don't tell anybody, or you and me are dead. He wrote a book about it. But, you know, the truth should be known. Like, the truth should be known about JFK and Martin Luther King, who are whores. And most men are whores. And then, you know, you live in the backwards world where they make the woman out to be a whore. No. Look at Solomon. Oh, it's okay for him to have all these wives, but all those fucking 1,000 women were supposed to be faithful to him? And what? You live on the hell earth. But Solomon wasn't that smart. So he went out with foreigners who had foreign gods. The foreign gods are all the aliens. They're not good. And that's what God specifically told Solomon not to do. Don't do that. Oh well, Solomon went crazy. The sun. Oh, this is way too... Quickly, King David had sex with, he lusted, and all sex is an animal instinct.